American culture map right here. Now, I disagree with it in some points, agree with it in others. So let's go over it a little bit. I do think that California does have a lot of different types of areas. Now, I would say that Cascadia would probably come down a little bit further just along the coast here because NorCal, people are different on the coast compared to the rest of it, but I do think the Bay Area is different, Central Valley is different, SoCal is different. However, I think that the idea of the Great Basin right here, that's just not right because I can tell you, having lived in Idaho and Utah and been to Wyoming, Nevada, and Montana, this area is a heck of a lot more similar than this area. Now, I would say maybe you could just give it all over to kind of the Rocky Mountains. I've never been to Colorado except for their airport in Denver. However, all of these areas really very similar. Now, it is changing over time as Utah becomes more populated. The culture of Utah becomes a lot less rural. Now, in here, I really don't know too much about the Midwest, having never been there. However, I do think that Texas is interesting. Now, I couldn't tell you how much different everything is around here. Now, having lived in San Antonio for a period of time, I do think San Antonio is kind of it's very quintessentially Texan. But I feel like a lot of Texas is that. Having driven through and such, I feel like a lot of Texas just felt really Texan. Now, getting over to the East Coast right here, we do have some of these different areas. Once again, I'm not super familiar with the distinctions between the different parts of Appalachia versus becomes the Ohio River Valley, different things like that. I have heard that Florida is a couple different places because there's like swamp people and then there's beach people, but I don't really know. You'll have to tell me.